Hello everybody, MorbTron here. It is the end of an era, the era of hand cannons being the true only viable primary in the Crucible. Now, I'm not saying that hand cannons are terrible and you can't use them because you'll lose. That's not the case. In fact, hand cannons are still very, very strong as I derp and get taken out by a thorn there. But SMGs, other primaries, even sidearms are becoming a lot more viable. And right now, like, I'm using this Antiope-D in the Crucible, and it's not that bad of a roll, but it's also not a god roll either. It's got a lot of things wrong with it. But as we take a quick look at my Antiope here, you'll see it's not perfect. It's got some things I would switch out. I'd switch out the masterwork. Right now it's stability. I would switch that to range. And the magazine that's on it, I would switch it from armor-piercing rounds to either ricochet or high-caliber rounds, just to make it just better. Other than that, I do enjoy the snapshot and the kill clip, and the scope choice on it adds the most range. It does give a small hit to handling, but with snapshot sights, don't notice it at all. Now, other SMGs that are good as well, especially in the kinetic slot, a good runner-up, I would say, to the Antiope, because the Antiope does have the most range out of any kinetic SMG in the game currently. This one, even though it doesn't have a range masterwork, has a range stat of 79, which is well far and above any other any other SMGs that I have. And it doesn't even have a range masterwork or anything that just flat out increases range a bunch. It does have armor-piercing rounds, which does give a little bit, but it's not that big of a bump. And wow, arc web needs to get nerfed. So sick of getting melted by arc web. Anywho, other good things would be the Antiope-D, which you get from turning in packages from Banshee to get the old Antiope-D, I believe. Actually, no, never mind. That's wrong. The Antiope-D, you can get it as a year 1 weapon, but there's an Antiope-D kind of from the Black Armory. That I don't remember the exact numbers and letters after it, but it's like XG and a bunch of numbers or something. You get that from completing just Black Armory forges, or from taking down the forge bosses, that sort of thing. They can drop as legendaries from them. But that could get pretty good rolls as well. Just not as good as a god-rolled Antiope-D. And the Antiope, I believe, is a much easier farm, so you can just turn packages in with Banshee 44, and you can get yourself a fair number of them. There's a lot of weapons you get from Banshee, so it's not a guaranteed thing, but it's a pretty good chance. And compared to other SMG farm locations, this is pretty good, especially in the kinetic slot. Now, another SMG that you'll see me switch to here, I believe right now. Yep, right now. I'm going to tab out and actually grab it. It is called the Pillager. You get it from regular Gambit. Not Gambit Prime, but regular Gambit. And the roll that I have on mine that you see me pulling out of collections, or I'm just pulling it over from my other character right now, does have a pretty good roll. It has a range masterwork, corkscrew rifling, armor-piercing rounds, again, because I cannot get rid of armor-piercing rounds. It's a curse. I swear it's a curse. I can't ever get high cal or ricochet. But it also does have outlaw and kill clip. Now it is a different archetype. It's a 900 RPM, which isn't as good as the Antiope archetype, which is 600, but it's okay. It's decent. It gets the job done. But it does not have as much range. So if you're looking to compete with other weapons in the Crucible, Antiope is the way to go. Range is the way to go. But the Pillager is very nasty for ripping through PvE enemies, because it just throws so much lead down range and just mows through red bars with outlaw and kill clip. You can just go through a ton of enemies with that thing. But later on in the video here, you'll see I switch back to my Antiope. I haven't used an Antiope in a very long time, and something that someone like myself that mainly uses hand cannons and fusion rifles and on mouse and keyboard, what I do when I'm in the Crucible or anywhere really is I do what's called snap targeting, where my targeting reticle is not always on my enemy when I'm using those weapons. When my hand cannon is not recoiled, or when I'm going to fire at an enemy, that is when I try to snap my reticle onto the target's head, and then I fire, and then I reset after that. I reset every single time I pull the trigger. Whereas if you use other weapons like machine guns, SMGs, auto rifles, since you're firing continuously, you need to have your targeting reticle on your enemy at all times. So a little bit of a difference there, a little bit of a learning curve from somebody that's basically been using hand cannons for an entire year, kind of as my primary. So, yeah. Learning curve, but you'll see even at the end of this video, I kind of get the hang of it here. this Titan was afraid of me, and you'll see, just pluck you out of the air with my air intel. No big deal. It's no big deal. My air intel is mean. I love that fusion rifle. But yeah, that's not the topic of this video. I'm getting off topic. So if you're looking to farm yourself a good SMG, the way to go is to just play the game, get the weapon parts, turn it into Banshee, get yourself a good Antiope-D. You know, if it has kill clip, fantastic. If it has a range masterwork, even better. Because there's the time to kill with an Antiope that has kill clip on it is flat out amazing. And granted, Recluse is probably quicker, but then you have to use Recluse. So if you feel like being a slave to the meta and using a weapon that I pray to Deej will get the nerf bat here pretty soon, yeah, that's on you. I have a Recluse. I use it for PvE because if I use it in the Crucible, I feel dirty. But that's it, and that's actually going to be it for this video here. I'm going to let the rest of it play out. There are other energy SMGs that I haven't even mentioned here. There's one that I'm going to be reviewing here within the next couple days from the Vex Offensive called the Subjunctive, which is a energy SMG that can roll with surrounded, so you can put surrounded spec on it, which is very, very cool and very fun to use. And you can also get quick draw on it as well. One of the few SMGs you can get quick draw on. There's one from year one, they kind of sprinkle in every now and then, but this is one that you can easily farm for now that can get other good things on it just besides quick draw. So that's going to be nice. So as soon as I get some more better rolls on that weapon, I'll do a review on them. But like I said, that is going to be it for this. Watch the rest of the video. This is where me and the rest of my team here pull it together and are able to take out the enemy team. So if you like it, leave a like. If you're new here, subscribe for more Destiny 2 content. But do not forget to have a good day, everybody, and I will catch you all next time.
The lead is yours. 2 for 1. Zone A captured. Power play. Keep the pressure on. You're pulling ahead. Keep it that way. Zone A lost. Victory is all I ask. Good. Impressive. You could give the Redjacks a lesson in territory control.